Hello my pretties, welcome to my new instrument that I just picked up yesterday. I'm going to give you a demonstration. It sounds beautiful. So got the first chord I'm going to play on a live feed or recording of any kind. It's going to be this one. Beautiful, so beautiful. I went there just getting some accessory type stuff, strings, picks, a little winder thingy up here, and I saw this thing staring me down in the distance, just corner of my eye. I look over, I'm like, what is that? How long has it been here? Not long. Oh, I bet, because someone's going to scoop that up real quickly. I'm just staring at it and playing it, going to my typical go-to stuff that I go to whenever I try out a new guitar. And I was falling in love with it, and I was going to sleep on it, but I'm like, no way. Someone's going to come in here and take this if I do that, and I'll kick myself for not buying it. So I ended up picking it up. Pretty cool. It's very beautifully designed. One of my critiques about acoustic guitars is they all look alike. This one's very different. This floral pattern on the pick guard, everything about it. The wood looks different. The tuning pegs are different. They're more of a gold color. I don't really see those. This is an Epiphone. This is my second acoustic guitar. I've only had one acoustic guitar my whole life. I picked this up a while ago. My Dean, you might have seen it on other videos, and even this one looks different than most other acoustic guitars. It's one of the reasons I picked this one up. And it sounds beautiful too. In fact, let me do that same chord on this one that I just did on the other one. See what it sounds like, how different it might be. So they sound really similar. This one is a bit muddy sounding compared to this one. This one just offers whole new clarity and depth and warmth that the other one does not have, but they both sound very beautiful. See what I mean? I hope the sound picks it up on this. I think it does a pretty good job for the most part. So that's the story of how I picked it up. I couldn't sleep on it because this was way too beautiful. Someone was going to scoop this up and I would have kicked myself. So I'm like, all right, how long has it been here? Oh, not long? Yeah, I bet you just got it. So I'm going to be the guy that walks out with it. And here I am. So here's some of my go-to stuff that I typically do in addition to just making stuff up to see how something sounds. when I'm just tinkering around, especially when I'm playing with a new instrument. So in addition to this, now I'm using a pick versus... So they both have their different sounds, finger versus pick. Beautiful. And other stuff I do, I don't know, off the top of my head. Just because that sounds cool. Anything that's on like an A minor, for example, that goes to E minor, it's Phrygian dominant, it stays diatonic in a way. Like on a natural scale, it's not, but when you add the harmonic scale, it sounds really cool. And it's a great way to test out an instrument in addition to... And testing out the harmonics is sweet. So I always test that out too, and then this as a go-to for me, a common one. Sounds cool. Another go-to for me is, well, here's something by somebody else. Fuck that up. That's a really really pretty Saigon kick tune called Love Is On The Way. It's one of my go-tos since forever ago, certainly when I'm trying a new instrument. So you'd bet I tried it there at the music shop. And then I did the solo for this song, which I know is really cool. So let me do that for you. It goes like this, starting with the chord lead off. Hello, Helen. Sounds great, doesn't it? Full chords as well as lead stuff. So I would fiddle around doing that kind of stuff too, just sort of shredding away, doing arpeggiated stuff and some fast linear runs like this too. Acoustics, they're not the greatest for tapping. I still try it just to make sure. So it's about average for as far as tapping goes, but there you go. Yeah, it sounds really great, whether I'm playing fast, slow. And my other three main critiques I have about acoustics. One of them, it applies to most of them, except the ones I buy, because I go for original, crafted looking stuff. And that one is, they all look the same. Not mine. And then two critiques that's true for every acoustic guitar that I've ever tried. One, the cutaway here in the body does not go up very high, so it's hard to play up here on the high notes. So I'd like to find an acoustic that has a really high cutaway with a 2-octave fretboard. That'd be pretty sweet. And then another main criticism I have of acoustics is it's impossible to bend up really high. Like in some areas you can do a half step at least, but it's really difficult to bend a whole step, and you certainly can't bend a whole step and a half like you can on most electrics. So if I could find a guitar that not only looks cool like this, but also has a high cutaway body and a 2-octave fretboard to make it easy to play up here, and then also a setup to where it's easy to bend the notes a step and a half, that'd be pretty awesome. But I've never seen an acoustic like that, including this one. So here's another go-to I do when I try out a new guitar. Oh, that sounds so cool. Recognize this? It's a Metallica song. It's the opening piece to their Master of Puppets album, Battery, the beginning of Battery. Pretty cool, huh? So heavy metal, thrash metal done on an acoustic. It sounds good on this one. It sounds really good. So that was beginning of Battery. When I did that at the music place, like immediately when I did this, oh wow, oh my god, it sounds so cool. Another go-to of mine is this one. Yes, Queensryche. Silent Lucidity. that sounds great on it. Anything is going to sound great on it, but still, it's one of my go-tos I always do to test out new guitars to see if I like them. And maybe some jazzy stuff I'll just make up, like, I don't know. Pretty, right? Sounds really great doing jazz stuff. And then here's an... See, that's where I need a bigger cutaway. If they made an acoustic like that, that would be awesome. So jazz sounds great. Here's a piece I always go to as well. It's very classical, but it's by King Diamond, not Bach. How does that go? Another one I like to test out when I'm trying out a new guitar at the music shop is something I wrote. It's a theme, not developed into a song yet, but I really like it, and it goes like this. Trails with that full G major chord, a very common chord, but I think that's real pretty stuff. And then so pretty. God, I love this guitar. It's so cool. Gosh, what other go-tos do I... Oh yeah, this one is a song I did. So this one I wrote, and I just recently relearned this piece to just do a video the other day. And then I tried it on this one while I was at the music shop, and it sounded so good. So here it goes now with this new guitar demonstration. Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that. And so that's a piece that I wrote. And now I got it on this new guitar. It sounds so beautiful. I can't believe how beautiful it sounds on here. And other things I would do to test out a new instrument would be, instead of just playing full chords, you get the full depth of the big sound of this big-bodied acoustic, I would do stuff like this. That's more thinner, but also pretty in different ways. So... Cool, hey? Good stuff. And also legato. I forgot about that. I haven't done any of that. So there's something more legato-like to hear what that sounds like. A very different articulation. Not as articulate as like picking every note like this. So legato. So legato, yeah. Awesome. Bravo. Thank you, Helen. So I think I've gone over just about everything that I like to do on a guitar when I'm trying it out to get the full scope, the full spectrum of that instrument. I think I've just done it all. I can't think of anything else other than just tinkering around and making stuff up. I don't know. Oh, and of course, vibrato, because that's like the most important part, right? Bluesy stuff. Totally forgot to show you guys any of that. Of course, I'm going to try out some bluesy stuff too. Okay, now I think I've covered everything, including metal stuff I did earlier. So that's my new guitar. I will end where I started. God, that sounds so beautiful. All right, well, I hope you guys and girls and I think it's been all girls. I don't know if there's any guys that come on later. Guys and girls. And everything in between. As gender is a fluid spectrum. So I'll do some normal, like typical live feeds that I would typically do with a guitar. This one was just review and demoing and showing. Here's my entire collection of acoustic guitars so far. I don't know if there's going to be a third one. If there is, it's going to be one where I find with a cutaway body and strings that are easier to bend up a step and a half. This is it right here. Pretty cool, eh? And I will be doing live feeds with backing tracks to actual music that I'm just improvising and playing along with, like you've seen me do hundreds or thousands of times by now. So more of that is coming. And of course, more stuff as I'm glancing over here. More stuff with these beauties as well. Oh my God, isn't that gorgeous? And then look at this. Take a screenshot of that if you want. That's a beautiful picture. Wow. I should take pictures that look like that. Just put them out there. Some of my favorite guitars right there. Pretty cool, eh? I love it. That one being my all-time favorite. This one here, that's the one you see me on most of all. It's a BC Rich Warlock 7-string, 25 fretted, floating bridge, one piece. There is no other guitar in the world with those specs that I'm aware of. I've never seen it. That's the one of a kind. Not even other BC Rich Warlocks have those specs, period. Exclamation mark, ampersand, caret sign. Okay. musicalorgasms.com. Check it out. It's my stuff. I give it all away for free. musicalorgasms.com. I will see you later. Bye for now. Mwah.